All right, BradCooney.com. I'd like to welcome in tonight to the show hip-hop recording artist, Unique the Artist out of New York City. BK, Brooklyn Stand Up. What is up, brother?
Yeah, what's up, man? How you guys doing, man? I'm glad to be on the show with you guys and you and yourself, man.
Man, well, look,
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year to you, my friend. I'm glad you came on the show. We're definitely honored to have you on board. Well, you got a lot of things going on. Very talented young man. I read through your bio. Did a little research. Checked out some of your music. You're multi-talented. You're not one-dimensional. You got a lot of different, you bring a lot of things to the table. So, I guess I want to. You know what's really unique about you is your name. I want to touch on your name first. Give me the backstory on Unique, because it's your real name.
Yeah, exactly. That's my birth name. You know, a lot of people, always ask me, like, "No, man, what's your real name? Like, you name Jamal or something?" Like, I was going with the name Unique, so I just try hard to live up to it. I was always a person that was daring to be different. Ever since I was in diapers. So, contributed into my music and to just not be scared to tap into anything. Like, one day I could be thinking of pop, and the next day I could be thinking of hip hop and jazz. So I just love music,
Yeah. All right. So when we're doing this, I'll make sure you talk nice and close to the phone so the audio's clear. Yeah, no worries. So, how did your parents come up with the name though, Unique? I mean, 'cause I'm really interested how they, how they came about naming you that.
I don't know. I was asking them that as well. You know what I mean? But I think it just, they wanted to embrace me not being not be afraid to be myself. And I guess, I just grew up into that. You know what I mean? I think that's what made them come up with that. I wanted to be as unique and divine as possible,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I can say, maybe it came from them wanting me to just be, the best me I can be,
I love the name. I love it. It is unique. It's self-explanatory, but it's great. I never heard anybody name Unique before, so I admire your parents for doing that. All right, so you began your musical career way back, man, in church, man. So talk about that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. Like, I guess from my grandfather, he was a professional gospel singer. He had this group called the Lee Cloud. Lee Cloud is the original Northern Dance. So that kind of gave me a real, view on what life I wanted to live. Wanted to be on tour, wanted to travel, and have people coming out to see me. Even though it's a different genre, it's gospel, I still got to see how show business works. And it just really just intrigued me and showed me, like, this is something I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And from watching and having, the background of music and family, and it just was always around me, and I just embraced it,
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned a minute ago genre. So if somebody asks you, hey man, what is your genre? What is your style? What is your, what is your signature? What do you tell them?
Yeah, well, I tell them I have more of an electro hop style. You know what I mean? But I can say that I don't have one style. You know what I mean? I kind of tap into all different types of. I also dance as well, so the beats just move me. You know what I mean? I can say that my genre would be new age hip hop. You know what I mean? That's what I would be able to say.
And do you create your own beats?
Yeah, I produce my own music. I also co-produce. I work with a lot of other producers, and I also write my own work. I songwrite as well, and I'm trying to get to that level where I can work on artists like Justin Bieber project, and Chris Brown and stuff like that. So.
There's a real nice market for that. Like, if you look at country music in Nashville, and I know some people that actually went to Nashville, lived there. I'm friends with Skylar Lane. She was on American Idol. She came in like 8th place back in, I think it was 2012, but she came in 8th over all those people that go for it. It's pretty good. But she was telling me about songwriters. And, there's a pretty good market for that, because a lot of these singers that you see on TV and here on the radio, they didn't write that. Somebody else wrote that, but that person that wrote it is making some money.
Exactly, definitely, man. I love creating music, so I'm not a person that needs to really get a glimpse of how to write something, because some things just come to me, and it's like, me, I just love creating. So I feel like songwriting would definitely be something, I would love to tap into and create the privilege to have a big artist that I root for,
Yeah, man. One of the things I really admired about you when I read your bio and got in there and started researching, not only can you rap and sing, but you play instruments, which is big for me. I'm a musician myself. I play guitar, a little bit of keyboards. So when I read that you play guitar, drums, keys, that's good stuff. That's what an artist is all about.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what I really started first. I started to play the drums first, and I learned how to play the guitar. And then my mom, she paid for piano lessons for me. So I was just very, very, after school, heavily into music. Every day, every type of thing with music I could get my hands on, I was part of it. And that's really how I got into, wanting to be in the entertainment business of music. Period. I just love instruments, and then I just realized I couldn't express myself through just the instruments and just singing. So I just, everything just came out, rap, everything, man. I just stopped getting scared to do anything, and I just like tapping into anything.
One of my favorite musicians, performers of all time is Prince, God rest his soul. And again, Prince, to me, was a genius, musical genius. Everything about it, his performance on stage, his songwriting. The dude played like 20 plus instruments. He mastered them. And I saw an interview with Prince before he passed away on that TV show The View. And one of the girl, I think it was Barbara Walters, she said that Justin Bieber was a really, really big fan and admired Prince a lot. So she asked Prince, what's some advice you can give Justin Bieber? Because, even though Justin Bieber sold hundreds of millions of records, he aspires to be better. And Prince said, I would wish that he would pick up a guitar and some instruments and learn that part of music. And I thought that was powerful. I was powerful because that was sending a message in a kind way that if you want to separate yourself, learn those instruments and really polish your game.
Exactly, because it has a long way on your music, knowledge. You really want to just be in tune to how things should sound and stuff like that. And I guess that's why certain beats can catch me quick. Or I know what sound is needed for people to like my music because I'm so in tune into the instruments and into what stuff should sound like or what sound. So I feel like that is definitely true. Like you definitely should want to learn. You want to learn everything about music first before you try, to be successful at it. Because, in order to grab people in, you want to be able to have the ability to do that. And I feel like learning the instruments is definitely a first step.
Yeah. True. So one of the things that I didn't always know, but I've learned this later on in hip hop and rapping, particularly in rapping. And I think people really need to research hip hop and rap. Those who don't really take the art form very seriously, there is that population out there. I think they should research, because rapping, once I really started researching and watching different performers like Jay-Z and throwbacks to Run DMC, which very well is from your neck of the woods, one of the pioneers. But rapping is not easy, man. It's not freaking easy. It's not anybody can do it, and you have to have the talent. Not anybody can rap, and also there's different flows. There's change up in flows. There's so much. It's way more intricate than I think a lot of people realize.
Exactly. I feel like with rap now, a lot of people embrace more talent. Like back before, I believe you had to be nice in order to be successful. Nowadays, everybody goes off potential now. Where if you get potential, you just as well as being nice. Well, back in the day, that's what made it even harder, because you really kind of had to study the art or really know how to tap into music. Rap, coming into rap, if you didn't know how to freestyle back then, you wasn't considered a rapper. Where now,
You mentioned freestyle. That's another whole beast. That's another monster. Freestyle and rap is two different things. Freestyle, that's you talk about. You got to be. First of all, you have to be creative. You have to be very witty. You have to be very witty. You have to be. Your brain's got to be like rapid fire. You got to know. Not only do you know, you have to come up with a rhyme, but it also has to be within context of what you're rapping about. It's got to make sense.
Yeah, that's hard, man.
It's hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, back then, I believe, rappers was tapping into all of that. They was trying to become masters at all of that. Where if I got to freestyle, and I got to just be able to talk about this chair, this sneakers, or this bottle of water, I got to be able to do it along with selling records. So that's what made, people like Jay-Z monsters,
Yep. But you got to be able to talk about the chair and make rhymes that also makes sense. Though it can't be, you can't just because hair, like on your head, hair rhymes with chair doesn't mean it. It doesn't mean it's going to work.
Exactly.
It's not going to, it's not going to work in particular freestyle.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It got to be all in the same, with the same concept.
Right.
You can't, if you're talking about the ice cream, if you're talking about the money, which we told, how some people use cream as money.
Right.
Like, all right, that's a metaphor. It's very hard, for people that don't understand the history of rap, what a metaphor is, or what, a punchline is, or certain things. It's just, back then, like I said, you had to tap into all of that. Nowadays, you just have a nice catchy hook and don't even have to rap at all.
Exactly. And a good example on the rock and roll side, like that rock band AC/DC, the Australian, they're really popular in the rock. In fact, one of the guys passed away. All right, so AC/DC, here's a perfect example. AC/DC, most of their songs, and I know this because I'm a guitar player myself, most of their songs are written, they're like power chords, and they're fairly easy to play. Except for some of the riffs, some of the, like Angus Young, some of the guitar solos are not that easy. But the basic power chords and the chord progressions are pretty easy. But it's not easy to write that, though. It's one thing to be able to play somebody else's creation, but you create it. Then you impress me. If you create it and sell 100 million records with it, now you got my attention.
Yeah, exactly right, man.
All right, bro.
I like artists like Georgia Line, and I love them. They do their music in the way that they put their video out. Like when they did This Is How We Roll, just the idea of partying, on the truck and stuff like that. Like I look at music like that to embrace my knowledge as an artist, because I listen to all types of music. So I want to contribute what everybody likes, in music, not just hip hop, not just what the youngsters like. I want to be able to touch all types of people, So their writing skills to me is amazing, because I believe that they contribute what I use to make certain music. They use hip hop, they use pop, they use everything and contribute into country music. That's what makes it so wrong to me.
Yeah, man. I love musicians that cross over into different styles. That's why I like will.i.am so much. will.i.am when he was doing his thing with the Black Eyed Peas. You talk about diversity. First of all, the whole band's diverse, because you had white people, black people, you had different cultures in the band, but their music style mixed it up too. They were all over the place as far as their style. That's what I loved about them.
Yeah, they was big, man. Black Eyed Peas was big, and I definitely think will.i.am he was a very big influence on me.
Another genius.
A lot of people.
will.i.am, I'm sorry to interrupt. will.i.am's another genius. That guy's a genius, a music genius.
Exactly. Like, he is exactly a genius, Like looking back at it, when a lot of people use autotune today, when I feel like the innovators of that sound was will.i.am. T-Pain used autotune too, but to go further back, the innovators of the new sound and kind of like how Wiz Khalifa and stuff like that, I believe will.i.am, they've been on that type of time frame.
Yeah, but will.i.am was much more than just auto-tune, though. His songwriting and his beats and how he produced his productions, just multi-talented. That guy was crazy talented.
Exactly. Like a lot of people would not bring his name up in a conversation today, but I believe that he has a very strong impact on so wide when he was doing Oh My Gosh with
Yeah.
with us. I mean, you know what I mean? Like if you think of the OMG song, like these are the notes that people use now. These are the songs references that Chris Brown would use now on the album. And it was sound. But this was he was already sounding. He was already on this type of time as far as writing and production. So,
you got certain people that are way ahead of where they should be, and you know, like Tupac.
yeah.
Tupac's a perfect example. Tupac, this guy, I'm just amazed by this guy's talent. Tupac was rapping and doing things that current people still can't do. I mean, his stuff is. I mean, he was way ahead of the game, in my opinion, way ahead of the game.
Yeah. It's crazy about Tupac, man, because I be having these I have an argument out here being from New York. You know, a lot of people be like, yo, who's your favorite artist when it comes to Tupac or Biggie? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm from New York, but
Of course, everybody wants you to say Biggie.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people expect me to say Biggie when I've been way more influenced by Tupac, you know, just the way he does his videos, his style, his clothes, you know, everything that he does, like, I look at that as an artist, and that really influenced me more than just you know, how Biggie was rapping and stuff like that, because he's a great artist, too, and I love what he did.
Oh, yeah, of course. But Tupac also was one of the first...
I always go to, you know, oh, you should be liking Biggie because you're from New York, but he just didn't have an influence on me like how Tupac did.
Yep, and Tupac was one of the first ones to cross over from hip-hop into movies, to make movies and get into acting and stuff. And he was a really good actor. You there?
A lot of people are good at that, yeah. You're exactly right. I know, you know, there's a lot of people that transition into the movie world, but wasn't good at it. You know what I mean? Tupac definitely was one of the first black, you know, African-American rappers who actually succeed from, you know, the ground up into the movie. Like, that's definitely right. That's definitely right.
Yep, and actually, he was able to not only cross over and act, but he was actually a good actor. You know what I mean? He really played his parts very well. His acting's not easy either.
Thank you. Definitely not, man. I definitely am a creator, and I love all types of arts. I love, you know, acting, all of that. When I was younger, I actually auditioned for the Fireman, the Lil Wayne Fireman video.
Really?
And I did a couple. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, look, you got all the tools, man. You have so many things you bring to the table with you can rap, you play drums, you play guitar, you mix, you produce, you songwrite. You know, so you have all the tools. Yep. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, just about, you know.
Go ahead. Please finish your thought.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, it's just about, you know, tapping in and becoming the best, you know, at what you do. And I just look at it like every day that I do this, I just continue to try to get better. You know, I always want to get better. I never look at it like, oh, I'm trying to take over the world, you know, because I do have that positive mindset where I feel like nobody can mess with me at sometimes. But I'm just a humble artist, and I just really love to be able to just get great at what I'm doing. So when I do get a chance to have the doors open for me, I'm just running through the house now, you know?
Yeah, man. So what are your goals for this year? We just hit 2018. What do you want to do this year before we get to 2019? What do you want to get accomplished?
Well, my main, to put it in one word, I really want to just start with just being grounded. Mm-hmm. My goal is, you know, I have a project I'm putting out for the fans called Born Different EP, and I'm going to California in February, so I'm going to be going a lot of places as far as California, Texas, and just moving. My goal is to just, you know, give my fans more material this year. I feel like this will be the year where I drop a lot of work. I drop a lot of visuals, you know, I do a lot of shows and stuff like that. I have a couple shows and events coming up as well.
Okay, good. All right, so I want to talk about two of your songs, Low Key and My Cut. So give me a little bit of the backstory of each of those two songs.
Well, I'm going to start with My Cut. That's the most recent song that I've heard right now.
Yep.
You know, I know it's a lot of, you know, there's like two types of people that I ask. When I'm at a show, I ask them, I know there's two types of people here, you know? There's the people that work, you know, that go to work every day, that work hard, and then you got the people that trap. You got the people that get it high, and they got to get it. I believe, you know, people can all relate to the same thing, whether in any predicament. You know, you work better when you get paid.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, my cut came around that feeling, just me motivating people. I don't want to get anybody, I don't want nobody to quit their jobs and front off of me and stuff, but I want to motivate people to just, go get it, man. You work harder when you get your cut. You work harder when you, nobody wants to rob the bank and they ain't getting no half of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how I look at it. My cut came from that, and low key is just something I made when, everybody can relate to it, as far as just being low key, chilling by yourself, you chilling with the next man, female. It's funny and it's hilarious. It's kind of like, that came up to me, just me vibing out. That was kind of like a freestyle when I did low key. It was just like, catch me, it's just chicks, rather love me. Like, I was just thinking, and then it just turned into a full song. I put the verses together after I did the hook, and then everybody just started liking it, man.
Sometimes you can write songs. I'm asking. Basically, this is in a question form. Is it true that sometimes songs you can almost trip on them by accident and create something really kick-ass that you really wasn't intended to? It just kind of like fell together.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm a person that's really strong on music being something that's in the moment. So music is really made in the moment. So everything that is a hit was also made in the moment. Even if you had to spend 2 days writing on it, it's just a different vibe that you catch.
Yeah.
And that's how I believe. You can be just at the peak of your confidence, the most confidence you've ever felt, and you just made a hook, and then all of a sudden that's the one that blows. It's because of the vibe you put yourself in. And also, it can just come out of nowhere. It can come from you just coughing or doing anything. But like I said, it's all in the moment. Music is in the moment. So that's definitely something that can happen.
Yeah, man. All right, I got one more question for you. Then I'm going to let you talk about where people can come find your music and stuff. But I want to ask this question because, especially to you, as somebody who's really into creativity. So a lot of times when I do these podcasts, I'll ask my Twitter followers and my Facebook followers if they have a question for the guest. And I don't know, a few months back, this girl, she asked this really cool question, and I like to throw this question at my guest because I think it's a great question. So here it is. You ready?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so she wants to know, do you enjoy creating music better than performing it?
That's a hard question.
That's why I like it so much.
Because it's kind of like, it's a little bit of both. I feel like creating more because I get very anxious. I get hyped.
Yeah.
When I create the work into the performance. I be so hyped to perform the work that. So I believe, when you're creating it, there's just so much gracious energy that's in your, it's like a nervous feeling, that just comes over you when you know something is just this on your mind or that, you're that invested into it. I believe that, performing to me just gives me more hyper to continue to do this.
Yeah.
So I would say performing. But I love creating so much, man. I just love putting the work together that I'm going to perform, but I just love the energy that the crowd gives me or the energy that I feel when I'm in the studio and I'm actually performing the music. I love to see the reactions. I love to learn from that,
Yeah, man. Good answer. It's kind of a close one for you. It's almost like creating almost had the win there, but then performing at the last second came across the finish line. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like creating definitely would. I'll be more serious when I'm creating.
Sure.
But I'm actually more. When I'm performing, I'm having crazy fun. But when I'm creating, sometimes I like to be, throw my glasses on, like if I'm at the desk in the office, I kind of just really get in my zone and try to, put the pieces together when I do that.
That's what's up. All right, man. So before I let you go, I guess before I get to the social sites, the social networking, is there anything that I did not touch on that you want to get out there before we wrap it up?
Well, basically just to also let my fans know,
Nice.
You know what I mean? I guess, because if you listen to my music, it's like, I can tap into the nonsense and I can tap into what people like today, but I also can make timeless music as well. So, you know, that's what makes it different, and that's basically what I want to point out, me tapping into this year. I want to be at this year, have a song that can touch all, you know, all aspects. I feel like artists are missing that. You know, artists, they get music that gets so much views on YouTube, but you can never hear the record that you hear on YouTube at Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but that's how you know you got a hit record when you circulate everywhere. I don't want to just be boxed where I just make songs for the low market or for just an area where it's just like, you know, my music got to be played outside the cars, only on YouTube, you know. Because when you want to sell records, you want to touch the charts, you want to get Billboard hits, you want to make songs where you can go out to eat and hear your song, you can shop and hear your song. That's where my goal is. My goal is to really tap into being a real artist and not just somebody that's hot. So that's really what I want to tap into. Just telling the fans to just look out for me this year and look out for great music along with me captivating them to what they like.
What's up? Hey, before I let you go, you mentioned YouTube, man. So have you heard that kid? He's a white kid, the rapper. He's out of New Jersey. He calls himself I Am the Real AK.
The Real AK?
Yeah, he calls himself I Am the Real AK. He's a white kid out of New Brunswick, New Jersey. This kid's unbelievable, man. He's like unbelievably good. You gotta look him up. Trust me when I tell you.
Yeah, I gotta check him out.
All right, so talk to the fans about where they can follow you on Twitter, Instagram, where they can find, you know, get your music. Before I let you go, talk it up.
All right, bet. Well, you can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, on every social network site at Unique the Artist. That's UNIQUETHEARTIST. You know what I'm saying? That's everything Unique the Artist. You know what I mean? You can follow me or check me out on basically Pinterest. Everything is Unique the Artist. You can go on Google and type in Unique the Artist music. You know, you can type me on SoundCloud. You know, searching my videos on YouTube. You can type in Unique the Artist. And, you know, just basically everything Unique the Artist. You know? Everything Unique the Artist.
Hi everybody, my name is Katrina Gray and you're listening to the Brett Cooney's podcast show, and that's the place where you can listen to all the cool podcasts. Enjoy!